Have you started the ketogenic diet and you're experiencing hair loss? I'm here to give you some tips on how to prevent this from happening to you. If you're worried about starting this way of eating because of hair loss that can happen, which is called telogen effluvium, don't be scared. Let's go ahead and jump in, and I'm going to talk about what causes hair loss throughout this way of eating, or what other things can affect the start of hair loss. So I am not a medical expert. I am not a physician. I am not a nurse. I'm just here with anecdotal evidence from myself and things I've read about. Okay, so the first couple of things that can start hair loss is stress. Stress on the body or shock to the body can cause hair loss. Your body is trying to preserve nutrients to the most important things in your body, organs, things like that, and hair is not one of them, unfortunately. And it is very important, especially to women, when we start having hair loss. Another one is if you're having thyroid issues. Thyroid is a big factor in hair loss, so that's something that you might want to get checked. Another is perimenopause or menopause. These effects of going through changes of life can affect hair loss, and it's something that affects us deeply, us women deeply. So these are some things that you want to get checked. Before you start any diet or way of eating, you get checked by a medical doctor first. If you've started this way of eating and you have lost hair, lots of hair, some hair, please list it down in the comments below. I'm curious to see how many people actually start losing hair when they start this way of eating. Once you start this way of eating, here are some tips. So the first tip is, the goal for many of us is weight loss. So if the goal is weight loss, you do not want to start out with a high deficit. Anytime you do that, that's going to throw your body off. It's going to throw it into stress mode, thinking that your body is starving. So you're going to be starting a new way of eating as far as what you're putting into your body. That's a change. If you're going to do intermittent fasting, that's a change. And then lowering your carbs, there's going to be a lot of moving parts to this. So you want to do them gradually. You know, the first thing is you're going to start with lowering your carbs. So once you do that, that's already a change. Okay. So do things slowly. You're going to be lowering your carbs, so that's one. So maybe a couple of weeks later, then you want to start the deficit. And keep in mind also, throughout this process, your body's going to be changing. Your taste buds are going to be changing. You're not going to be craving as much. So that alone is going to cause a deficit. So don't stress too much on having a deficit because it can really hurt you. And also intermittent fasting, that is going to happen on its own. The more strict you are with your carb intake, if the lower the carb intake, the more your body is going to, I guess, be less hungry. But again, you just want to go with the flow. Listen to your body. That's the most important thing. If your stomach is growling and you feel hungry, then eat. But be mindful of what you're putting in your body. So that takes us to the next tip, is make sure to add whole foods and very nutrient dense foods. Because again, you're going to be eliminating carbs or lowering your carb intake. Whatever you're eating, you want to make sure that it is nutrient dense, because again, you're eliminating, so you want to have nutrient dense foods. The calorie intake, don't focus too much on that at first. As you go along, then you can start looking at that. In other words, don't worry about macros too much at the beginning. You don't want to do that. You want to just start out slowly. because if you go, again, too low on your calorie deficit, it's going to cause a lot of stress. And also make sure that you are eating an adequate amount of protein. If you start cutting out protein, you're going too high in your vegetables and not enough protein, that can cause an issue. Some people eat high fat, lower protein. Some people eat higher protein, lower fat. It's up to you on how you want to do that, but just be mindful that protein is very important. And as far as supplements go, I am not going to tell you what you need to take or how much you need to take of anything. You want to ask your physician, your doctor, or do some research. But I can tell you vitamin C helps produce collagen. Again, collagen is what we have in our hair. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of my videos every time I upload. So these are some tips to help you through this journey. If you're afraid to start because of hair loss, don't be afraid, because this is an awesome way of eating. There are so many benefits to it. I'm going to link a video right here. As far as benefits go, I'll see you in my next video.